If the new season of Stranger Things had 4 million viewers, there are at least 400,000 factions on who likes what and who thinks what is true. Hi, I'm Jordan the Nerd of Gold, and who knows if this new season is actually very good or not. It's a Rorschach test. All I can tell you is what I thought about it, and what I thought is that this is a good show for the most part. It's not the best season so far, and I have to say so far, because I hate the fact that Netflix is splitting this up into 3 volumes for seemingly no reason. Like, I have not heard an explanation where splitting these episodes up instead of just releasing them all at once, or at least all in 2 batches, makes any kind of sense. There's no reason for it. I hate it. Should have released it on a weekly basis if you wanted to spread it out like every other streaming service does, because the weekly model is good. You can like the binge stuff. I know my wife does, but like, I like the weekly model. We get to talk about things. Look at what's happening with Welcome to Derry. Like, that's basically the same kind of show, and it's doing it fine on a weekly basis. It's great. Do that. But yeah, going back to the show, I overall really like what's happening. I do think the show is uneven in its pacing. Like, there are a number of subplots as the characters get separated into smaller groups and start doing their own little things, and the story comes together, which is all fine. I like how all the main cast gets to do things, but there are certain things where I feel like the plotting is uneven, and how much time we're spending with things doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, the entire thing happening in the Upside Down with the military feels like we don't know as much as we should when we're halfway through this season. We are halfway through and we barely know anything, and especially considering you have Linda Hamilton playing a key leader figure, I feel like we should know more about her by this point, especially, again, halfway through this final season, because it's an interesting setup to have the military, like, have a full base down there as they try to figure out what's going on in the Upside Down. But, like, yeah, we don't know much about it. So, moving on. I liked moments with Will getting his powers. That was finally a good cathartic moment on that front for his journey, because I feel like he was used as a plot device more than he got character growth. He's finally, like, stepping up and doing things. That was nice. And I do want to say that I've seen people say, we're being saved by the power of gayness. And I thought it's kind of funny and also kind of true, because that's also Will's coming out moment, his moment of where he shows that he is powerful. He's not dependent on what others think. He's looking to himself for answers, and he's finally found it. And that literally gave him the powers to save all of his friends. So it's quite true that the power of gayness is literally saving people in this front. But it also reminds me, I've seen a number of videos about, like, the idea of Byler, which I want to just say I think is a lazy couple name. I get it, Mike and Will is not like an easy couple name to put together, but I mean, you're just adding one letter to Will Byers' name. I just, whatever. But either way, the actual argument on that, like, I see that a bunch of people like that, and I feel like that's fine as a shipping thing as a fan, but, like, I feel like you have to actively ignore the text of the show in order to make it happen, because Mike has been incredibly stupid when it comes to Will being potentially gay. He's also actively very much in love with 11, and the fact that Robin made this really good speech about looking to yourself for answers about who you are in terms of being gay, versus looking to someone else to respond to your emotions. Like, the whole Tammy speech, that was right before he got his powers and right when he got his powers, because it was replaying through his mind. So I feel like you have to ignore how Mike is his Tammy in that situation in order to make that work. I don't know. But other than that, moving on. Hopper and 11, I like that they're together, but I feel like we also got 11 separated from the group too soon. Like, in season 1, the group dynamic was all the kids in 11, and then after the seasons 2 and 3 and 4, we get more and more of 11 being separated from the rest of them. I don't really care for that as much. I wish 11 had more time with Mike and Dustin and Lucas and Will. I wish he had more time with them instead of just it being her and Hopper. Like, don't get me wrong, father-daughter relationship, it's important, but I feel like we're focusing a little too much on that compared to 11 and her friends, because the power of friendship is quite literally what saved them in the first season. It saved them in every season, and we're just getting her separated from her friends. I don't know, I think a weird choice on that front, but overall I like everything that's basically happened so far. Again, I think there's an unevenness to how the story is being done, but the performances, the story, the effects, all of that is good and entertaining. I guess we'll see how this show ends, and we'll come back to talk about this in a month, because we have to wait a month. That's so stupid. I hate it. But the show is good. So let me know, what do you think about Stranger Things?